So I'm back at it, back home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. They got every bit of, you know, paying for me to go to that hotel, and man, they got all the work they could out of me. So, I've been tired. That's why I haven't been able to knock out some videos. But, at the end of the day, I'm rejuvenated. I'm home. I'm going to take the day off. You know, I'm going to talk about a lot of different things later on today when I wake up. But I wanted to get some boxing talk in. Now, of course, I'm going to address the situation with Earl Spence and, you know, um, once again, his groupie fans, getting upset. And I hope people didn't think because Errol Spence responded that some of us media people was gonna back down. Like, oh, he responded. I guess you don't remember that song by Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared. You know what I'm saying? So that's just real talk. I'm gonna address some other issues too pertaining to boxing. So, but before I get to Earl Spence and this whole thing about the so-called clickbait and this thing with Floyd and um, and you know media manipulation through boxing and boxers, favors for a favor. Okay, so I'll address that later. But okay, so first of all, shout out to Team Haney. Shout out to Team Haney. Talked to Bill a couple of days ago, man. I'm gonna try to get Bill on here, or Devin. I'm gonna try. They still on a world tour, from winning undisputed. So, um, um, now it appears that Lomachenko is ready to resurface. At the end of the day, if I'm Team Haney, I would take the Lomachenko fight. I would take the Lomachenko fight immediately because they would be able to possibly take advantage of the situation that Lomachenko is out of shape and he would be vulnerable. And based off what happened, and once again, I have compassion for Lomachenko and what's going on in Ukraine and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still boxing. He want to get back in the ring. Hey, let him get back in the ring. And I don't want to hear no excuses when Team Haney and them whoop on him. Okay, that's just real talk. Now styles make fights. Devin Haney beat the dude that beat the dude that beat Lomachenko. So I think it'll make for a great fight. I think Devin Haney has gotten better and better each fight. You know, so I like that fight, and I like the fact that now Devin Haney is starting to become the hunted instead of the hunter. And yes, I would accept the Lomachenko fight immediately. At this point, Devin Haney Nim is the A side. This is just real talk. Devin Haney is the A side. Um, Lomachenko, as you guys know, has next to no fan base. I'm just telling the truth. He has next to no fan base. I've seen a Lomachenko fight personally. Lomachenko doesn't have that big of a fan base. So yeah, Team Haney is the A side. I would consider fighting Lomachenko in Las Vegas. That's where Devin Haney resides at. Um, I think Devin Haney, based off his popularity, I think Devin Haney could sell out. He should go back to the Mandalay Bay. And I think him and Lomachenko could do some good numbers. I think they can do some good TV numbers, and I think they can do some good ticket sales, you know, because Devin Haney's popularity has grown. He's uh he's undefeated, and he is undisputed. He got the two uns, undisputed, undefeated. And he is definitely the A side. If I'm Devin Haney, I would take every advantage I could against Lomachenko. Now I wouldn't try to, like Canelo him, like weight drain him and all that kind of stuff, because Canelo goes overboard with his demands. But I would take every advantage possible because they are the A side. That's fact. That's fact against Lomachenko. They are the A side. Devin Haney has more wins than Lomachenko. He has more fights than Lomachenko. Just period. They are the overall A side, and they have to start acting like they the A side, and that's just real talk. And I'm glad the options are getting weighed. Of course, you're gonna go for Lomachenko over Kambosos Jr. based off the fact that Kambosos Jr. At this point, really, you just got to keep it 100. He brings nothing to the table because based off the fact he lost so badly in the first fight, I mean, it was a one-sided fight. Devin Haney beat him with ease. He could sit up there and talk all this. Oh, I know how to beat Devin Haney. Look, well, you should have knew how to beat him in the first fight. The first fight wasn't even close. You clearly, to me, you lost every round. You lost every round, bruh. You ain't in no demand to ask for nothing. And as I said, at the end of the day, I'm keeping it 100. I'm not finna, bite my tongue because people finna, might get mad at me. No, I ain't doing that. Team Haney is the A side, and they gotta act like the A side. They gotta flex on Kambosos Jr. They gotta flex on Lomachenko. I mean, don't be don't be unreasonable, but at the same time, you gotta say, hey, we the A side. Okay? We the A side. Kambosos, you want a rematch? You gotta come to the States. After what you put me and my father through, you think we want to go through that again? And I don't think Bill and Devin want to go through that again. I'm talking about they let Bill get to that fight in the 11th hour. I'm talking about Bill barely had Bill may have had 8 hours to get some sleep, and then have to sit up there and try to have to be ringside with his son. Not to mention he was on a plane for 18. Did you know how tough that is being on an airplane for 18 hours? Not to mention the small fortune Bill probably paid to get on that airplane. So I'm just saying, you think I want to go through that again? You think I'm gonna go through that? No, homie. You coming to the States. You coming to the States to fight. And it'll be a bigger fight, and you could promote it better if it's in the States. A rematch would be bigger. You could get more press, you could get more coverage, you could get more attention to this fight if you bring the fight to the States. And that's and I'm not backing down. That's my advice for Team Haney. I'm keeping it real. Y'all gotta act like y'all bosses and boss up. Of course not. Like I said, they gotta boss up. They gotta boss up. Nah, nah, Kambosos. You coming to the States to fight. All this stuff about contractual obligation, all that kind of stuff can be broken. You can pay that dude a fee or something like that, or you can say, "Hey, this is what we'll do. You fight in the States. We'll give you this amount up front, and then we'll have a small pay-per-view for the people in Australia, and whatever it does, you get the rest of your money alongside your purse." So basically, you can get an extra 200 or 300 racks to fight in the States. You don't think Kambosos is gonna do that, man? Just stop it. It ain't that important for him to fight in Australia. At the end of the day, them people in Australia saw him get whooped on. I'm talking about Devin Haney quieted the crowd. I mean, he beat the dude with just basically a jab and a right hand and a lead right and a couple of body shots occasionally. Devin didn't do anything complex to win that fight. He beat him with ease. He T Grizzlied them. It was no effort. I mean, Kimbosis got T Grizzly. No effort, man, by Devin Haney. He beat him with no real effort. He beat him with ease. I will, like, for real. When you see a one-sided fight like that, you already know that the rematch is not going to be any different. What, he may win one actual round in the second fight, or he might get knocked out. So, nobody don't really want to see that again. I'm just keeping it a buck. I had Devin Haney winning every round in that fight. I had a shutout. I had it a 12 to 0 shutout. Wasn't even close. So, okay, so I wanted to address that, but yeah, I like the Lomachenko fight. I like that fight a lot. I like that fight a lot. You know, I like that fight a lot. Um, Lomachenko already then showed that he could be beat. There is a formula to beating Lomachenko. Lomachenko isn't good. He can't fight backwards. He doesn't like people that push forward. He doesn't like those kind of fights, and that's he doesn't like those kind of guys. He's been proven not to like aggressive, come forward fighters who just throw a lot of punches and put pressure on him. So, Lomachenko, there's a formula. There's a formula to beating him. Because he's been beat. He's been beat twice already. Okay, so they ain't no they haven't been a formula to beating Devin Haney as of yet, but there is a formula to beat Lomachenko. And I said years ago, how do you beat Lomachenko? And basically, Teofimo Lopez followed my game plan on how to beat Lomachenko. Like I said, that's just real talk. Um, but nevertheless, okay. So also you have Adrian Broner, who will return August 20th. He's fighting in Hollywood, Florida. Um, I really was looking forward to coming to Chicago because I was gonna come to Chicago and watch that fight, but apparently something happened, and who knows what happened. But it appears that Adrian Broner, he'll be fighting in Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood, Florida is in the Miami area. It's somewhere in that area. It's not too far from Miami. It's not too far. It's in that area. I don't know if it's exactly in Dade County, but it's in that area because I've been down there before. I haven't been down there in years, but I've been down there. So I'm looking forward to seeing Adrian Broner return. One thing about Adrian Broner, you tune in. Even though Adrian Broner got 4 losses, you just tune in to watch Adrian Broner because of his talent. You always thinking this is gonna be the fight. That's exactly where they're fighting at. That's exactly where they're fighting at. Okay, yeah. That's okay. There you go. That's exactly where they're fighting at. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've been out there before. I haven't been out there in man, I haven't been out there in years. I'm talking about I ain't been out there since like 2000, maybe 2005 or something. Nope. Might have been 2004. I ain't been in Miami in a while, but I've been there before. I vacationed there. I vacationed there before, so I had a blast out there. So so you know, Florida was one of the states that damn near never shut down when what happened. Florida was back and running like maybe after 3 weeks. So Georgia was up and running like maybe after a month. So those were the two states that was like, you know, nah, they moved the fight. They moved the fight. I don't know what happened, but they relocated the fight from Chicago to pretty much could say Miami. They fighting in Hollywood, Florida. So and that's an unusual place to fight, you know. I know Muhammad Ali fought in Miami before, but you know, Miami isn't known for big time fights. I know Floyd, he fought there before, but you know, Canelo fought there before. But you know, Florida's just it's not relatively known for big fights now, marquee fights. It should be due to the fact that they got because of the tax bracket out there, you would think that they would have more uh fights in Florida. And you know, Florida is, in particularly Miami, is clearly a tourist city. I mean, I mean, Miami nightlife is off the chain, you know. And I can tell you this much: it's easy to get you know what out there. I'm talking about it's so easy to get snow out there. I mean, it ain't even funny. And not that I use that stuff, I don't, but I'm just saying it's just really easy to get that some stuff out there. Well, Adrian Broner, like I said, when he fights, people tune in. You just wonder, is this gonna be the fight that Adrian Broner just, you know, lets his hands go and just, you know, fight to his capability, and he just haven't done that. I just got to be completely honest with you. Adrian Broner has just not been the same since the Maidana fight, and you just gotta tell the truth. He just haven't performed very well since that fight. I don't know if he was just shocked at the fact of how he got dominated in that fight, or you know, he just he just haven't been the same since that fight. You know, that's just real talk. And you just got to say that. And there's no knock on Adrian Broner, but you have to, you know, you have to just tell the truth. He just haven't been the same since that fight. Hopefully he recovers from it. But more than likely he isn't, because at this stage he would have already recovered. But you just hoping that Adrian Broner just, you know, just say, you know what, I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I'm a fight. I'm gonna see what happens. And you just haven't seen that out of him. You always thinking, well, maybe the Adrian Broner that we saw, the up and coming Adrian Broner who was winning championships at the lower weight classes, he just gone, you know, he gone unleash the beast, and he just never does it. And but you always tune in because you think this is the fight that Adrian Broner of old is gonna show up, and then you just had a letdown. I'm tuning in because I have my hopes, because Omar Figueroa is type of fighter based off his style. He could be target practice. You know, I think this fight is going to be at 147. I don't have the specifics of the fight. I think it's going to be at 147. But Figueroa's style makes you know what I'm saying, makes way for outstanding offensive fight. But you just wonder if Broner is going to do his part, and that's just been the problem. So you know, we'll see what happens. We will truly see what happens August the 20th, and I won't be there anyway. So I'll be somewhere else. Uh, I'll be, I'll more than likely be in San Diego because more than likely I'll be at the Norvate fight in San Diego. But I'll try to catch it. But this is what I'm talking about. These promotional companies booking fights on the same night. And I don't want to hear that it was a coincidence and all this kind of stuff because Norvate, Emmanuel Norvate, his fight was announced like about week and a half ago that the fight was going to take place on August the 20th at the Pachanga Arena in San Diego. So they do this stuff on purpose. And like I said, it just goes to show you how these promotional companies and these promoters get down. They just want to offset uh, each other's event. Okay, well, we'll put our event on the same day. So basically, the viewership is split when they could just have it the following week. But now you guys are starting to see how these promotional companies get down. You starting to see how everybody get down. All right, so all right. Before I end this stream, let me get to the meat and potatoes of this stream. Now, apparently, I guess Errol Spence responded to one of his extremists saying that people is clickbaiting and all this kind of stuff and making a whole bunch of money off them and all this kind of stuff. And Errol Spence says that he be watching this stuff. Well, you know what? Good for you. Good for you. And that's cool. And see, a lot of these fighters, what they try to do is they'll have a guy that's like their guy that they talk to, or they, and they'll sit up there and speak on their behalf and be a representative for them and all this kind of stuff. And I guess Errol Spence found this guy. Dude is cool. So, at the end of the day, let's just face the fact. Y'all know I don't clickbait. Anybody that follow my channel know that I don't have no titles that have people like, oh, I got to see this video. I keep it simple. The only time I make a video where I have what you call a catchy title is if I'm trying to be funny. Now I made a video saying, Errol Spence fans are happy because Hasim Rahman picked Errol Spence to beat Crawford. But this is what these Errol Spence fans do. They get mad whenever you challenge anything that Errol Spence says or the PBC says or does. Then his fans get mad and then they try to attack you. They try to come on your channel. They think they can try to bully you, but not to come on here with that stuff. Now, of course, they'll start popping off at the mouth after I end the stream, but that's cool. Because if you come on here right now on this live talking that stupid stuff, you will get ethered, and I don't care who you are. And if you think I'm joking, try me. I double dare you to say something slick on my channel. But for real. So I'm trying to figure out who they saying clickbaiting. Because it can't be me. Y'all know I don't clickbait. If I talk about something, I'm gonna talk about something. But I'm trying to figure out, so who been putting out misleading information? I ain't put out no misleading information. Everything that I said was factual. When I said there wasn't going to be no announcement on the 4th of July, was there an announcement on the 4th of July? Is there a fight date for September? No. Is there an actual contract? Has it been confirmed that there's an actual contract and that contract has been finalized? No. See, what it comes down to with the Errol Spence extremists, like I said, whenever somebody say something that they don't like or try to at least hold Errol Spence accountable for really and the PBC for not really going out of their way to try to make this fight, then they want to get mad. Like I said before, Errol Spence is the one that was sending those subliminals out when they was like, is you gonna fight Crawford? We'll see. Oh, then it went to, well, if the fight don't happen, it's not my fault. You didn't see subliminal after subliminal sent by, if not Errol Spence, to PBC. You heard what the dude said about, well, we don't know if we have the, you know, um, we don't know if we have the resources to pay Terrence Crawford what we want. Then you didn't heard Daniel Kinahan. You didn't heard everything from, well, everything is going good. So then earlier this year, you heard Keith Thurman say, well, I've been told that I'm gonna fight Errol Spence. Now you've been hearing this stuff about Conor Van. I don't think that the PBC is gonna go that route. I don't think Al Heyman gonna go that route because he got screwed over by Eddie Hearn once before. Charles Martin. Now it's a question of how much Charles Martin got paid, but at the end of the day, they was had a deal in place where they were supposed to, if they would have gave Anthony Joshua that belt, which they did give Anthony Joshua that belt, he was going to fight Wilder for undisputed. Then all of a sudden, Eddie Hearn, who was at one time working with Showtime, that's why they thought they can get the fight, did all of a sudden comes out saying that he's, working with DAZN. And then DAZN and Matchroom made a bid towards a lot of the PBC fighters. Then keep in mind, Al Heyman, who once had a working relationship with Lou DiBella, he stopped working with Lou DiBella because Lou DiBella tried to make Wilder versus Anthony Joshua without the consent of Al Heyman. So, like I said before, this is an ongoing thing. All people doing is just challenging some of the things that Errol Spence said. That's all people doing is challenging. And as media, we have a right to challenge. Now you got all these other dudes that's always having their head up Errol Spence's ass, but that's not me. If it means, people put me on the list again, not banned substance list, but banned media list, then you know what, so be it. But I'm not going to sit up here and just put out propaganda and sit up here and suck up to people because, that's what I'm supposed to do to get access. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with nobody. I'm not going to be chasing these fighters. I'm not going to be chasing these trainers and none of that stuff. And I'm not going to change what I say to please somebody because they cool with certain people. I've called this right down the middle. When Top Rank would be on some BS, I call him out. Just like Bob Arum talking about he don't know if he gonna make Arthur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol for undisputed. That's BS. That's complete BS, man. You gotta make that fight. You owe it to the fans. You owe it to the fans. To me, they all be doing this. It's no color barrier when it comes to not making certain fights. I'm just saying they all do it. The PBC is guilty of doing it. Top Rank is guilty of doing it. Matchroom is guilty of doing it. All these promotional companies is guilty of doing this stuff. I mean, it is what it is. But the thing is, you have a lot of these nut hugging media people that think you just supposed to just old to the, you know what I'm saying, old to the PBC. And then, of course, it's been ignored when I said about the PBC, how the PBC has treated black media, how they've frozen out a lot of black media, which was true. But, now, based off the fact that they did finally credential me for an event that nobody wanted to come to, basically, you could say it was either to save face or due to the fact nobody wanted to come, or a mixture of both. I mean, like I said, I done told you guys several times, I don't answer to nobody. I'm my own man. I'm my own boss. I don't check in with nobody. I may be affiliated with people, but just because they say what they say on their channel, don't mean that I'm gonna say it. And I'm going to make that very clear. Ain't nobody going to tell me what to say on my channel. If you don't like what I say on my channel, that's your damn problem. Ain't mine. Go somewhere else. So like I said, they can't be referring to me with the clickbait stuff because that ain't my style. They can't be referring to me. So all I'm just saying is all this stuff about, oh, sign a contract. I said, well, if there's a contract, let's see it. What you get mad for somebody saying that, okay, let's see this contract. What's in the contract? The same way we was asking what was in the potion. Well, what's in this contract? But these dudes so emotional and game goofy to where they have made the situation the way it is now. So I'm just saying, how many times you heard Errol Spence back in the day say, well, I ain't got no boss, I'm my own promoter, and I'm okay, well, why is taking so long to get this fight did? Because you didn't seen all these subliminals. You didn't seen all these hints towards the yellow brick road of the fight not happening due to the fact, oh, well, if it don't happen, it's not my fault. You didn't heard Keith Thurman hint that it's not gonna happen. You didn't heard you didn't heard all this stuff. So basically, to basically get the fans prepared when the fight don't happen, you got to try to play the blame game. You got to say, oh, well, it's a contract and so didn't sign. Like I said before, these nut hugging Errol Spence fans didn't have no problem telling us to wait, or telling us us so-called boxing fans, oh, y'all need to wait on Errol Spence. So now all of a sudden we had to wait 4 years for him to go through what he went through, collect all the belts and all this kind of stuff. But it still ain't no fight. But now all of a sudden, their patience is growing thin. Oh man, I'm tired of Crawford. We tired of Crawford need to sign the contract. And we like, once again, what contract? Crawford, and I say this once again. Crawford don't have to sign the contract because you bozos say he have to. Who y'all think y'all is? The dude on Menace to Society? I better pay or else. You seen what happened to him. You seen how it turned out for him. Not saying that that's gonna happen, but now you bozos, and that's what I mean. This ain't been nothing but a smear campaign. You didn't see more finger point than you have like actual, where we are as far as negotiations go. You heard Floyd saying that interview with Fight Hype. He said he talked to Al Heyman every day. He know what's going on, and I believe Floyd. But like I said, once again, the fake pro-black media, all of a sudden they want to holler Floyd is a coon and all this stuff because he's saying, which that don't make no sense, because like I said, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman, they're all black. Now you can make that argument about that the PBC possibly don't believe that black versus black fights can sell, because based off recent history, you look at Errol Spence's and some of their undercards where they have primarily Hispanic fighters. So it could be some merit to that. And then after all, Floyd said that the brothers didn't support him, but you didn't hear nobody talking that coon stuff then. But then you got the people trying to insinuate, like I said, I'm gonna keep exposing these dudes. You got people saying, well, anybody that deal with Bob Arum is a sellout and all this kind of stuff. They tried to imply that with Shakur Stevenson to a certain degree. But y'all know Shakur Stevenson messed with me. Look, Shakur Stevenson is a young man. He don't understand certain things. Like when he, took up for, Angel Garcia saying the N-word. He young. He don't know no better. Because a lot of people think it's okay for these goofy non-blacks to say the N-word, which it ain't. But do that mean he should be canceled? No, absolutely not. Because Shakur Stevenson has always shown love to black media. So when when Dante made that video, Dante, he was wrong for that. At the end of the day, if he want to do an interview with Paulie Malignaggi, who is we to tell that man I would prefer he wouldn't, because I think Paulie Malignaggi is a racist. I think Paulie Malignaggi is a racist. I think he's an Italian, uh, um, spaghetti eating linguine racist, because he didn't say racist stuff. He didn't said all kind of racist stuff. And I'll tell Paulie Malignaggi to his face that I think he a racist. It's not like he can knock me out, because we all know Paulie Malignaggi can't punch. We know that. We know he can't. We know he can't knock out a bag of potato chips. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Shakur Stevenson is a boxer. He gotta talk. He gotta talk to other boxers. This is his bread and butter. That's real talk. Shakur Stevenson, yeah, he gave an interview to Paulie Malignaggi, but look how many interviews that, like he said, I would personally see Shakur Stevenson make sure that black media got interviews with him. Don't y'all remember when I was don't y'all remember the exclusive he gave me after Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter? He gave me an exclusive. Made sure I got my time. So it's not like Shakur Stevenson is blowing off black media. We know those other dudes do. We know those two dudes from Texas is known for doing that, threatening people from the media. But you didn't hear the pro-black brigade say anything about that, though. But then anybody that's affiliated with Bob Arum, except Bill Haney, then they got a problem with him. You see, they ain't talking that sellout stuff with Bill Haney dealing with Top Rank. Oh, I get it, because he gives some people access. I told you these dudes is fake. I told you, like I said, I don't give a damn about these dudes being mad at me, because like I said, at the end of the day, I built my channel on my own. Yeah, who for real? Anybody watching this video, did anybody invite me to come on their outlets? No. Did anybody invite me to come on their outlets? I built my channel on my own. No endorsements, no guest appearances. Nobody asked me to come on my nobody asked to come on my outlet. Nobody asked me to come on their outlet. You know why? Because I didn't fit the mold. Because I didn't do what they wanted me to do, and I didn't say what they wanted me to say, and I didn't follow the script. If I told you some of the stuff some of these dudes did behind the scenes, you wouldn't even respect them. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But like I said, it's a couple of particular people. I'm waiting for them to say something, so I really, like I said, so I really can humiliate them. And once y'all see, it ain't gonna be no coming back. And I'm gonna prove that they fake pro-black dudes. Like I said, you can't say nothing about Terrence Crawford and who Terrence Crawford deal with. For real. And I support Team Crawford, but real talk, I ain't doing this stuff. I'm not chasing people down for interviews and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, if I ask you, either you gonna do it or you ain't. When you come on here, that's when you come on here. I'm not gonna keep calling you. I ain't gonna keep texting you, asking you to come on here. That's just real talk. As you can see, nobody talk that pro black stuff when Bill Haney them went to Top Rank. Where that go? But all of a sudden, you had it for Bud. All of a sudden, you kind of don't mess with Shakur Stevenson. As I said before, the PBC had a chance to sign Shakur Stevenson. They didn't want him. So what was he supposed to do? He's supposed to put his career on hold. He ain't supposed to start his boxing career. But like I said before, where was all that where was all that pro-black stuff when Floyd was saying the stuff he was saying? So he a coon because he said that he gonna be the one to announce the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight. But like I said before, I was the only one that defended Blue Blood. When you know who threatened him. But nobody that they don't talk that pro black stuff when it's them. I ain't never saw Bud threaten a reporter. That's just real talk. So that's all this come down to. This is just about people just asking Errol Spence questions. We don't have the right to ask him. So like I said before, um, we only can and like I said before, I hate what's been done. I hate how it's been a division caused by certain people who divided the black community. Like I said, these niggas is black. It ain't white people that then divided the community. Once again, ain't been white people, ain't been Mexicans, ain't been no Asians. This is black people. So I'm just saying, gotta be said. Gotta be said. And I'm gonna continue to say it. I'm not finna back down because Errol Spence responded to one of his groupie fans, to one of his nut hugging fans. And by the way, I know y'all listening, and I know y'all gonna flag this video so it can't get monetized. And I'm gonna win my appeal as always, because I'm within the guidelines. I don't even know why y'all be doing this stuff. And this is what these guys do too. Also, they listen, right? They listen. As soon as I say something they don't like about Errol Spence, they flag the video so it don't get monetized immediately. And then I have to appeal it. So, and then I end up winning the appeal because I'm within the compounds of YouTube. I'm following the guidelines, but just out of spite because I'm saying something and just challenging what Errol Spence been saying. This is all this stuff came out of Errol Spence's mouth. He the one that can't make up his mind whether the fight is gonna happen or not. Did he not say in an interview? We'll see. Then he said, "Well, if the fight don't happen, it's not my fault." Then you still hearing this ridiculous, you hearing this stuff about you you said, all right, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna relax. You the one, like I said, he the one that said this stuff. And then you still hearing this stuff about 80-20, 70-30, 60-40. But you and like I said, and you got these cornball fans actually trying to say that Terrence Crawford is lucky to get what? You kidding me? And then, like I said, when you break down their resume, they ain't too far from each other. So I'm just saying what happens is you get his extremists that try to elevate whoever he fights as like some kind of world beater, and that's not really the case. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. Look, I told you I saw back in 2018, man, when Terrence Crawford came to Wilder Fury 1, and they showed everybody in attendance that was there, and they wasn't necessarily on the PBC roster, and Terrence Crawford was there, and they didn't show him on the Jumbotron. I saw that with my own eyes. So that kind of was like a red flag right there. That kind of had my antennas up. I was the only one peeping that stuff out. But then, like I said, I catch little stuff like that. So tell me where I'm lying, where because all this stuff is on tape. I can like grab my computer and I could let y'all hear for y'all self. This is stuff that came. Tim Smith was the one that said, "Well, we don't know if we have the resources to pay Terrence Crawford. I'm trying to figure out, well, how do you got the resources to pay Canelo, but you can't. So let me get this straight. You can't find $12 million at the very least to give Terrence Crawford, but you got $100 million for Canelo. But once again, the fake pro-black brigade, they don't want to talk about that. Because at the end of the day, they pushing an agenda. Just say you did. Just keep it 100. Just say you team Spence. Just call it a day. Just say you want Spence to win the damn fight, and stop fronting. Well, Ricky, I'm almost headed towards that direction because, like I said, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And then here's the thing: why respond? Why respond? If it isn't some merit or some truth to what we saying, then why respond? Okay, you say you watching. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, Errol, now that you didn't admitted that you watch these videos, why don't you come on people's platforms and just? I mean, you didn't did it before. If I'm saying something, I'm serious. I'm serious, Errol. I ain't got no clickbait video. This video is called boxing. Bay Area boxing. So I'm definitely not clickbaiting. I don't got a picture of your face. I did that to prove a point. So here's the thing. If I said something that's not factual, you know how to get in contact with me. You know people that know me. You can come on my outlet and we can get this stuff squared away. That's just real talk. If I'm saying something that's incorrect, come on here. I ain't gonna disrespect you. I ain't even really disrespected Errol Spence to begin with. All I'm doing is quoting stuff that came out his own mouth. Why is his fans mad at media people for quoting stuff that came out his damn mouth? Not mine's. He said the stuff. I don't understand. His fans is mad at people for quoting stuff that came out his mouth. And his fans are getting mad at other boxers and attacking them for having a difference of opinion for picking Terrence Crawford to win the fight. It ain't even that serious to me, man. And that's why I ain't did no videos talking about who didn't pick who to win the fight. I just want to get this damn fight underway. I want the fight to get dead. People ready to book their rooms, people ready to prepare for this fight. And like I said before, shout out to my man, World Combat Sports. Shout out to my boy. Because he asked around. He asked the people. He said when they was talking about possible locations, which I'm trying to figure out how could they sit up there and say, which didn't make sense when they said, well, where's this fight gonna be? They said more than likely Vegas. And then when the discussion of Atlanta came, they said Atlanta ain't big enough for this fight. I was like, are you kidding me? Atlanta would be the perfect place for this fight. I guarantee you put that fight at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that fight is gonna sell. I can tell you right now, that fight, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think at full capacity hold like what 73, what Aubrey 73, 80. They can at least get 60,000 up in there. People gonna come see that fight. People gonna come to Atlanta. They gonna see that fight. But you could put Tank there. Tank is selling 19,000 seats. They said Atlanta wasn't big enough. That didn't make no kind of sense. I didn't understand that at all. This is what was told. I came with some other facts. I came with some facts about, and this is what happens. Whenever you bring up facts, when you say, okay, well, Errol Spence did this amount, his gate was this amount, selling 40,000 tickets in a stadium that holds at capacity 100,000. You had 40,000 allegedly, or you had 39,000, but you supposed it comped anywhere from 3 to 4,000 tickets. So that means you really actually sold around maybe possibly 35, 36. And like I said, those tickets was dirt cheap. But your gate in a stadium that holds 70,000 on the, well, 80,000 for a regular football game, and 100 like if you want to extend the seats and all that kind of stuff. So your gate was like around $6 million selling 30,000 tickets, where Tank's live gate in an arena that holds to capacity 19,000 was 6 million. And I said, sounds to me like Tank was the bigger draw. Once again, I came with some facts. I said Deontay Wilder, which is factual, sold more pay-per-views than Errol Spence, according to reports. And of course, I got attacked. Once again, it came to, oh, well, what is Bud selling? Nobody brought up Bud's pay-per-view sales, because Bud, when he was fighting on ESPN. He wasn't marketed as a pay-per-view star. So that's all I'm saying. I came up with so-called facts. And of course, people got mad at me. Oh, you're a hater. Oh, you got something against Errol Spence. I don't got nothing against Errol Spence. Like I said, y'all know I was at that fight. Y'all know I was in Dallas. I showed y'all proof that I was in Dallas. I showed y'all the hotel I was at where the fighters was at. But I can't stand Errol Spence. But I paid like close to $1,000 to go cover that fight with no credentials. But I hate Errol Spence. That makes a whole lot of sense. If I couldn't stand Errol Spence, or I had something against him, Errol Spence wouldn't have got cent of my money. By the way, I think I paid $300 for that ticket. So like I said before, I paid like I said, I paid like pretty much $1,000 to go cover that fight out of my own pocket. But I can't stand Errol Spence. Okay, that make a lot of sense. What it come down to is like I'm just putting out information. Once again, this came out of his mouth. These are the numbers that they put out. They the ones that said Errol Spence did 200,000. And that's always how much he do according to them. And when I came with Deontay Wilder's pay-per-view numbers, 800,000, 300,000, and then what he did, 700,000. Okay, he sold more pay-per-views. So how was I, you know what I'm saying? How was I attacking Errol Spence when these are the numbers that they're putting out? How is that attacking Errol Spence? But that's how goofy his fans is. They turn any critique into attack. Let me tell you what an attack is so you can understand something. Attack is when you say, "Oh, this dude is trash. This dude is trash. I wouldn't pay 50 cents to see him fight. He trash. He this. He's not. He's he's this. He's that." That's what you call attacking somebody. But when you're coming with reports that's being told to you, the media, look, I ain't got to tread water, and I ain't got to be delicate when I say something about Errol Spence. All I'm doing is critiquing. That's it. And like I said before, I don't clickbait. I didn't take what Terrence Crawford said like some people did when Terrence Crawford gave his top 5, he basically said in no particular order, and it turned into, oh, he don't even have Errol Spence. No, oh, like, and you know who these dudes are. But then look, that ain't my style. That ain't my style. If that works for them, that's what works for them. But at the end of the day, like I said, if I said something that's incorrect, Floyd, we know for sure, Floyd, you watch these videos. Floyd, you more than welcome to come on here. Don't try to play that you too big to come on here stuff. Since you saying, since once again, Errol Spence the one that said in that tweet, hey, I watch this stuff. Okay, well, like I said, Errol, is there something that I'm saying that's not accurate? You can come on here, have your people contact me, and we'll fix the situation. You can come on here, you can do an interview, and you know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. But as of today, have you heard anything close to this fight being finalized? No. So who was clickbaiting? That's what I thought. Anyway, appreciate y'all listening. You know, just had to set the record straight. Like, okay, you responded to one of your groupies, to one of your man stands. Okay, you can't accuse me of clickbait because, like I said before, I don't title you in none of my videos. And okay, and I want to say something else. I'm really tired of these fighters or some of these people saying that people making a whole bunch of money off them and stuff. No, we're not. Not really. I make most of my money working at my real job. That's why they pay me what they pay me. And that's why I'm able to go cover these fights. So please stop saying that we eating off of y'all. We're not. We're not eating off of y'all. That's just real talk. You didn't buy you're not paying for the Golden Corral that I'm going to go visit later on today. You know, the $27. No, no. For real, when you say we trying to eat off of y'all, real talk. So I know that y'all got it in y'all contracts. A lot of y'all where y'all have to thank Al Heyman for the most part. No, I'm not gonna sit up there and say I'd like to thank Errol Spence for, you know, letting me make a video talking about him that basically enabled me to afford to eat all you can eat steak. And by the way, the Golden Corral got some good ass steak too. Yeah, that's not true. That's not factual. So I just want to tell you fighters, please stop saying that we trying to eat off of y'all, because we really ain't. Period. Period. Not me. Just keeping it a buck. I'm eating off of me. I'm eating off the company that pay me. So stop saying that we trying to eat off of y'all, because we not. And that goes for all y'all. That goes for you fighters. That goes for you trainers. That goes to you managers, you promotional companies, you promoters. Ain't nobody eating off of y'all. That's real talk. But guess what? Y'all eating off of us. Because guess what? If we don't pay for your pay-per-views, if we don't buy tickets, nah, y'all don't eat. So technically, it's the other way around. You eating off us. Now, how's that? Oh, appreciate the donation. Appreciate that. I'm tired of people saying that stuff. Yeah, I dropped the mic on them. Y'all motherfuckers eating off us. We ain't eating off of y'all. It's the other way around. Y'all got Lexuses because of us. Those Ferraris and houses you got y'all got because of us, the fans who buy tickets to see y'all fight, who buy y'all pay-per-views. Now we ain't eating off of y'all. This the other way around. Somebody got to say it. Now, somebody got to say it. I guess it got to be me. I get tired of these fighters talking about somebody trying to eat off of them. Man, ain't nobody trying to eat off of you. The groceries that the $200 I'm finna spend on groceries came from a paycheck. Not no Charlo, not no Crawford, not no Errol Spence, not nobody, no Adrian Broner, none of that stuff. Yeah, my channel is monetized, but still. Nobody, for real, man. I needed to set the record straight. Cause like I said, I get tired of these boxers talking about somebody trying to eat off of them. Man, anybody trying to eat off you. Stop saying that. Cause like I said, y'all eating off us. Real talk. If it wasn't for us buying y'all pay-per-views, going to see y'all fight and all this stuff, giving y'all the media attention, most of y'all would be either driving trucks or working at Amazon. So I just dropped the mic on y'all. Real talk. I'm out. Niggas need